I hope all our students are waiting for the new videos. Today we are going to start chapter 7 of class 12th. One of the topic left, that is mean value theorem. It contains 4 marks in exam. It contains two types. One of them is Rolle's theorem and other one is Lagrange's theorem. Mean value theorem is the common name for both of them. Here are the rules to identify them. First rule is we have to check given function f(x) is continuous on the given closed interval. Second condition, we have to check function which is given f(x) is derivable on open interval ab. In this we have to take first derivative of the function, then we have to check it gives us finite value in open interval ab. We have to check this by orally, not by putting. We check it orally by putting the values between a to b. Third condition, we have to put the endpoints in the original function. There are two possibilities. After putting, they may be equal and they may not be equal. There are two possibilities. If these two values are equal, then we say that Rolle's theorem is applicable. Otherwise, when they are not equal, Lagrange's theorem is applicable. By third step, we can identify the theorem. After this, at least one C means the value of x, means value of variable, exists such that f dash c means we replace the value of x by c. It is given by f of b minus f of a divided by b minus a. This is the common rule for it, where c belongs to upper interval ab. This is the value of x. Firstly, we are taking the example of polynomial function like this. F of x is given by x cube minus 7x square plus 16x minus 12, and interval is given by 2, 3. First step, as you know, f(x) is a polynomial function. Type first we have done in continuity. First type function, we replace directly the value. If we replace the value, it should be a finite value. So the given function is continuous on closed interval. Like this we have to write down directly. Now for second step, we have to take derivative. It becomes 3x square minus 14x plus 16. If we replace the value, it gives finite value on open interval. So f is also derivable on open interval. Like this we have to check the conditions. Now we have to replace the values in the given function by replacing the value x by 2 replacing the value of x by 3. We get here 8 minus 28 plus 32 minus 12. It comes out 0. Here we get 27 minus 63 plus 48 minus 12. This is 40, this is also 40. 27 minus 12, it becomes 15. 15 plus 48, 63, 0. Here f of a and f of b, we can say both are equal. So Rolle's theorem is applicable applicable, there exists at least one C belongs to the open interval such that f dash C is given by f of B minus f of A divided by B minus A. Replacing the values means overall 0, means in Rolle's theorem f dash C always remain 0. F dash C means in first derivative replace x by c. So we get here 3c square minus 14c plus 16. Now we have to simplify by using any of the method of 10th class. We are using here separating middle term method. 3c common, minus 8 common, this value is common. From first we get c is equal to 2 and from second we get 8 by 3. This value is selected, it belongs to interval 2, 3. Like this we have to solve. Next example we are taking here. Again polynomial function we are taking, but with power form. Now we are going to see here interval is given here a to b. First of all, our first step, fx is a polynomial function. So it is continuous on closed interval ab. Second, we have to take derivative by product rule. First function as is, derivative of second, power come forward, power decrease by 1, derivative of base, plus second function as is, derivative of first function, power come forward, power decrease by 1, derivative of base. If you see here, x minus a with m minus 1 power, x minus b with n minus 1 power common, so left with n with x minus a plus m with x minus b. If we simplify, we get this one, x minus b raised to pi n minus 1. It become from here nx minus na plus mx minus mb. It should gives us finite value. It means function is derivable on open interval ab. Next step we have to check. Third step, we have to put the value of function. Endpoint we have to check. A minus a raised to power m, a minus b raised to power n, b minus a raised to power m, and b minus b raised to power n. It becomes 0 due to first bracket. Here it becomes 0 due to second bracket. Here f of a is equal to f of b. Third condition satisfied. So Rolle's theorem is applicable. There exists at least one C belongs to interval such that f dash c should be 0. Because in Rolle's theorem, f dash c is always 0. It is given by this one. This is the first derivative, x minus b raised to pi n minus 1 in bracket nx minus na plus mx minus mp. We have to take here, replace x by c here and take equal to 0. So we get this one, c minus b raised to power n minus 1 cx minus na plus cm minus mb is equal to 0. This is cn. If we take this 0, A answer. From here, B answer. If we simplify this, in these two C common, N plus M, right side become Na plus Mb. So value of C become Na plus Mb divided by N plus M. This is like your section formula point. So it belongs to interval AB. Now we are taking example of trigonometric function given by sin x plus cos x. On interval we have to check from 0 to pi by 2, means 90. First step, we know that from 0 to 90 sin theta and cos theta lies from 0 to 1. So they gives the finite value. So it is our continuous function. F is continuous on closed interval because it is a sum of two continuous functions. So first condition is verified. Second condition, we have to take derivative. Derivative of sin theta is cos theta and derivative of cos theta is minus sin theta. It is also difference of two trigonometric function which have the values from 0 to 1 on interval 0 to 90, means first quadrant. It is also finite. So F is derivable on open interval 0 to pi by 2. Third condition, we have to check at 0 and at pi by 2 in the original function. It becomes sin 0 plus cos 0. It becomes sin pi by 2 plus cos pi by 2. Sin 0 0, cos 0 1, sin 91, cos 90 0. Here both the values are same. It means Rolle's theorem is applicable. According to Rolle's theorem, there exists at least one C belongs to open interval such that f dash C should be 0. F dash C, if we see from the first derivative, x replaced by C, cos C minus sin C 0, means cos C is equal to sin C. Means if we divide by cos C on both sides, we get this one. It becomes tangent of theta, it is 1. In tangent theta 1, it is at 45. Tangent theta positive, it is in first quadrant and third quadrant, but our condition is only first quadrant. So value of C comes out 45, means pi by 4, which belongs to interval 0 to pi by 2. Now we are taking another example which contain logarithm function. Log of x square plus 2 minus log of 3 interval is given by minus 1 to plus 1. First, as you know, square of any value is always positive. Plus 2, it become more than 2, otherwise minimum 2. Log 2 minimum 0.3010, so it gives us finite value. F is a logarithm function. So it is continuous on closed interval minus 1 to 1. Second condition, derivative we have to take. Derivative of log means reciprocal of the function first, and derivative of base value, this one. Log 3 is constant, derivative becomes 0. So overall we get this one. This is like rational function. Denominator is always positive due to square of x, so it is finite value. It means f is derivable on open interval minus 1 to 1. Second condition verify. Third condition we have to check at minus 1 as well as plus 1. If we use it, we are having here square of x. Square of minus 1 is plus 1 and square of 1 is also 1. So there is no change. We get this one. In both case, value comes out same. Means here f of minus 1 and plus 1 both are same. Means Rolle's theorem is applicable. It means there exists at least one C. C means value of x belongs to open interval where first derivative at C means value of x becomes 0. Means 2c upon c square plus 2 should be 0. Cross multiply. We get this one. And value of c comes out 0, which belongs to minus 1 to plus 1 interval. So like this we can apply Rolle's theorem in logarithm type function. Now we are taking another example where function contain two functions where x is less than equal more than equal to 0, less than equal to 1, and second case x is more than 1, less than equal to 2. Here common point is 1, but interval limit from 0 to 2. Here we have to check out first it is continuous or not. If we see here, we have to check Rolle's theorem is applicable or not. Here common point is 1. So we are going to check at 1. Because it is type 2 variables, so we have to check here left hand limit as well as right hand limit. Limit x tends to 1 minus on the function. Limit x tends to 1 plus on the function. The value of f of x in left case we have to choose from the given function. It is given by x square plus 1. In the right case it is given by 3 minus x. Substitution method. As we put value of x is equal to 1 minus h and x replaced by 1, so we get h tends to 0. Here we replace x is equal to 1 plus h. As we use the limit x tends to 1, h tends to 0. So after substitution we get this limit. It is replaced by this one. If we simplify this value by taking h is equal to 0, we get this one. Overall answer 2. On the other side, right hand limit. Limit h tends to 0. 3 minus 1 plus h. If we use h is equal to 0, we get overall 2. Left and right are same. It means limit exists. Now we have to check direct limit. Limit x tends to 1 on the function means we have to choose the function where value of x is equal to 1. It is in the upper case. So function is given by x square plus 1. If we replace x by 1, we get this one. Means left, right, direct all are equal. So function is continuous. First condition is verified. Now we have to take second step, means derivable. We have to check. In case of derivability, we take left hand derivative as well as right hand derivative, in which limit x tends to 1 minus f of x minus f of 1 upon x minus 1. In right hand, x tends to 1 plus function minus f of 1 divided by x minus 1. Limit x tends to 1 minus function is given by this one, and this value comes out to there. Limit x tends to 1 minus, if we simplify we get this one. By using identity we break it first. Limit x tends to 1 minus, it become x plus 1, x minus 1. X minus 1 cancel out, so we get here limit x tends to 1 minus x plus 1. Using substitution method, putting the value of x by 1 minus h. As we replace x by 1, h tends to 0. So limit after substitution become 0, x replaced by 1. If you simplify, it comes out 2. On the other side, right hand derivative, limit x tends to 1 plus f of x is given by 3 minus x. This is given by 2. If we simplify this one, right hand derivative, we get 1 minus x. If you see here, upside and downside there is a difference of minus symbol, so it comes out minus 1. Here left hand derivative is 2, but right hand derivative is minus 1. Not equal means f is not derivable. So there is no need to check other steps. So Rolle's theorem is not applicable here. Next we are going to do, there is a function is given f of x, statement is given by x cube plus bx square plus ax, where x belongs to 1 to 3 it is given. Rolle's theorem hold, it is also mentioned. The value of c is also given, 2 plus 1 by square root 3. We have to find out the value of a and b. This is the question. It is already mentioned Rolle's theorem hold. It means Rolle's theorem is applicable. So it means first condition, second condition are already true. First condition for continuous, it is already true, mentioned. Second, derivable, it is also true. But we take here derivative, it becomes 3x square 2bx plus e. As Rolle's theorem is given, it means these two values are same, and f dash c is also 0. It is also there. So using these two conditions, cube of 1, b with square of 1 plus a with 1 is equal to cube of 3, b with square of 3 plus a with 3. We get from here a plus b plus a is equal to 27 plus 9b plus 3. From here we get this value, we get from here 2a plus 8b plus 26. So overall we can say from here a plus 4b plus 13 is equal to, this is the first result. On the other side, f dash c, this is the first derivative, 3c square plus 2bc plus a should be 0. Value of c is already given using this one, 2 plus 1 by square root 3 whole square plus 2b with value of c plus a should be 0. If we simplify, we get this one, 3 a square plus b square plus 2ab plus 2b with 2 plus 1 by square root 3 plus a should be 0. If we simplify, we get this one. After simplification, 13 plus 4 square root 3 constant plus 4 plus 2 by square root 3 with b plus a is equal to 0. This is our second result. If we solve out these two results by elimination method, we get the value of b comes out minus 6 and a comes out 11. Like this we can simplify. So by this we can do the Rolle's theorem. I hope all of you understand very well. Last type of example we are going to do. Here question is, at what points means the value of x and y, tangent is parallel to x-axis, it is given, and the y is given by cos x minus 1 on 0 to 2 pi. As you know, it is a trigonometric function, so it is continuous on 0 to 2 pi. Second, we have to mention by taking derivative of it, derivative cos theta is minus sin theta, derivative of 1 becomes 0. It is also finite, so it is derivable on open interval 0 to 2 pi. Third step, value of y at x equal to 0, it become cos 0 1 minus 1 0. Value of y at x is equal to 2 pi. means 360. 360 is same as 0 level, so it is also same. So both the values are same. Rolle's theorem is applicable. Now we have to take first that it should be 0 when x is equal to c. It means minus of sine c should be 0. In 11th class we have done sine theta 0 when c is n pi. Means c should be pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, like this as on. But here c is equal to pi, which belongs to the interval 0 to 2 pi. So as you know, c is the value of x. It is given by pi. Y from the given statement we have to calculate cos pi minus 1. Cos pi is minus 1. So point is given by x and y value. Like this we can find out the point where the tangent to the curve are parallel to x-axis.